I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't gonna get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You gotta understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you gotta work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not gonna be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces, and then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know, that was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, the definition of man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, the definition of game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today.
What's popping? What's going on? What's going on? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. It's your boy, Mr. Locario. April MC is in the building, chilling. You feel what I'm saying? We chilling. Shout out to everybody, man. We doing an early show today. You feel what I'm saying? This is early for us, you know, because
too early.
Exactly. It's a little too early.
I'm making coffee right now. It's that early.
Yeah, exactly. And guys, if you want to call up, calling number is 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901.
And you know I'm monitoring the stories.
Right.
$10 for a story.
Yeah, so
$5 for a question. Don't be masking your questions like a story.
Right. That's a fact.
And then like, oh, but and this and this and this. And then it's like, no, your question just turned into a story.
Exactly.
Now you owe more money.
Exactly. So
don't be cheap.
So shout out to everybody, man.
We know you didn't have a Valentine last night. Spend your Valentine money.
That's fucked up. I wish I had my other sound effects. I'd have had but we ain't got that. Now, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all here, man. You know what I'm saying? If you got a question, put a Q in the chat. If you want to call in, 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901 is a number. Shout out to KZG. Say y'all make a cute couple. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate it.
We tried.
Shout out to KZG.
Effortless.
You know what I'm saying?
In the morning.
But yeah, so today, guys, today's topic is why you approach lots of women but hardly get any dates. Because, you know, I hear a lot of times guys will say, you know, man, I'm out here talking to all these girls. I'm out here hollering at chicks. You know, I got to talk to all these women. And Locario, you keep saying talk to 25 women a day. I keep talking to all these women and shit's still not popping off, right? So this is the thing. I got a question from a subscriber that I'm going to read his question. It's going to show you guys why this is an issue, because a lot of guys have similar, you know, issues like this guy that I'm gonna read the email, right?
Are you reading? Because then I'm making coffee.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read the email real quick.
I'll be right back.
And I'm gonna show you guys why this is an issue. So this is an email from a subscriber. I'm gonna keep his name anonymous, whatever. So I'm gonna read this. It's long, but not that long. Pause. But I wanted to read the entire thing so that you guys understand what's going on out here, right? So this guy, he says, in November 2023, I joined the Bad Boy membership. Before that date, I also used to watch your videos on YouTube and your Patreon videos. I also bought some of your products on your website before joining the membership. The membership has taught me how to approach women and actually how the game is about you. I listen every day to at least 1 or 2 membership videos to keep my game up. But after 14 months of going to the clubs, approaching women in the streets, buses, trains, and library, I have 0 results. I was hold on, let me hit the button real quick, just for effect. So he says I have 0 results. He said I was and still am going hard and have approached literally hundreds of girls. I think almost 500 approaches in 14 months, right? Now I want you to remember that number, 500 approaches in 14 months. Right. So he says, my appearance is on point because I have a nice clothing style. My breath smells good. My fingernails are clean. I wear, he said perfume. I think he meant cologne. He said, I wear perfume and I brush my teeth every day. The only 2 things about my looks that are not good is that I have thin hair and hair loss. And I am a little bit out of shape because I have a little pot belly. So my appearance is good, but my looks are a little bit bad. But when I approach girls, in my head, I think I'm the most flyest motherfucker that the girl has been approached by. So I'm very confident and I don't let my hair loss and pot belly influence my confidence. When I approach girls who are by themselves, then most of the time I use direct and an unorthodox method. I'm also very aware of talking to versus talking at women. Most of the time when I approach these chicks from the jump, they look at me with very disinterest. But most chicks say to me that they have a boyfriend. The only positive thing that has happened to me in the 14 months is that I one time was making out with a girl at a club. That was last November. Other than that, I have accomplished nothing. No dates, no sex, no fuck buddies, nothing. All right. So he's also says, I have a very strong mindset and I thought all of the time you should just push through the rejections because rejection is part of the game and this is a numbers game. Because of this mindset, I've always thought that my game was strong and that I will find the girls that are into me eventually. The only thing I should do is go through the rejections. But after 14 months of being rejected, the only conclusion is that my game is weak as fuck. This is why I think I should get a 30-minute game session with you. And what I find the most weirdest thing is that most guys who I see with hot girls are most of the time have no backbone. And I know I have confidence and approach every girl. I don't have confidence and approach every girl. Don't seem to even get one girl who wants to even talk to me, let alone go on a date with me or having sex. And then he goes into this whole thing I'm not going to read about him being from the Netherlands. And he thinks that, because he's in the Netherlands, it's like harder for him because he's Muslim and, some of the white girls over there is probably not into him and all that other stuff. And then he says, there must be something I'm doing wrong. I have rehearsed my game many times, but after watching this program, your programs back, I come to the conclusion that I didn't do anything wrong. He says, I am a 22-year-old virgin, and it sucks to have game and still have 0 results with women, while at the same time, the white boys act goofy and they get all the pretty white chicks with 0 game. What the fuck? And he says, after 14 months, I have come to the conclusion that my game can't be strong and that I must have weak game. So therefore, I want to schedule a coaching session. And then that's basically what he says at the end. So that let's get into all the things that's going on in this situation. You feel what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things going on to unpack. Yes, you got to unpack a lot of this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Now,
can I say something?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so also to be clear, first of all, I love ChatGPT. He will tell you this. Anybody that's done anything with the 2 of us coachings will tell you I love ChatGPT. Don't come for me if you are an environmentalist. I know how bad it is. Blah blah blah.
Right.
Anyways, when we put this into ChatGPT, because I was like, let's ask ChatGPT what the difference is between dating in the Netherlands and dating in the United States.
Right.
I mean, that's ultimately what I wanted to know, because I'm like, okay, he's bringing up some cultural things that maybe we're not aware of. And essentially, the comparison is both countries have some racism, right?
Right.
And so I think we need to take that right off the table, because I think that people, especially if you're trying to get information from another when you're from another country. Like, we literally, like, and he looks at all angles, like, and I think understanding, right? Like, he referenced some cultural things about how people like to be approached, and, you know, they're a little bit more private, et cetera, et cetera. But this is what I'm going to say. Yes, if you are in a professional setting, and yes, if you are dealing with an elder, right? Then I think you take into consideration cultural things. When you're dealing with a peer in peer-to-peer contact, I'm sorry, I think that's bullshit. Like, they might be that way in front of their family because that's what the culture dictates.
Right.
But when they're out with their friends, they are just like any 22-year-old young person.
Right. Well, but
I just disagree.
But also the thing was, and this is what happens a lot of times when guys have a hard time when it comes to making shit happen in the game, is that they're looking for reasons to make sense of it. So they're like, oh, well, maybe it's because I'm here and because I'm this race. Because he was basically talking a lot about race and does that affect it and everything like that. And the thing is this: before you're your race, you're a man or a woman. You feel what I mean? So the thing is that if a woman is attracted to you, right, a lot of times that's going to override any racial things anyway. So, but the thing is, if you're having a hard time, you're going to say, oh, well, maybe I'm having a hard time because of the race. Now, this is the thing that I noticed that stuck out to me when he first, wrote the email, right? And he basically said, he was like, I'm going to read this part again. I want to see if some of you caught it.
Somebody did. I saw it in the
chat. So he right. So this
Cold
part,
Ghost 47
right,
caught it.
Right. So this part, he said I was going hard, approaching literally hundreds of girls. And then he says, I think almost 500 approaches in 14 months. So he's not even sure if it was actually 500. He said, I think.
And
so
most people overestimate versus underestimate.
Right. So it's probably like 250, 300, if that much, right?
So do the math, people.
Right. So I'm gonna do the math right now. So we're gonna do the math as if it's 500, right? So he said 14 months. So there's 365 days in a year, right? Let's add 2 months onto that. That's another 60 days, right? So 365 plus 60 equals 425 days, right? So already
he's not doing 25 approaches a day.
So already we have 425 days, and he said he's approached 500 women, right? So let's do the math with that. So let's do what is it? Is it 500?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I did it wrong. Hold on. So 500 divided by 425. So that's about less than 2 women a day, right? So basically, let's say he approached 1 woman a day, right? So if he's been out 14 months, right, approaching women, talking to women, and he says he's approached 500 women, that equals to about 1 woman a day. You understand what I'm saying? 1 woman. Now, if you're approaching 1 woman a day, that is not enough. You understand? And this is what I want to stress to you guys. So this is why I titled this, Why You Approach Lots of Women But Hardly Get Any Dates. The issue is that you guys are not approaching enough women. So a lot of women is not a lot of women.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And this is what you guys got to understand. So you guys think like, oh, well, yeah, I approach. And you probably approach maybe 4 girls a week, which is less than 1 girl a day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So a lot of you guys, the issue is not that you're not approaching enough. And a lot of you guys don't understand how much is enough, because you're like, Locario, it's just so no. Whatever you think is enough, do more. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is this, because there's so many variables as to why you're not gonna get shit popping, right? 1, you're meeting a girl who has a boyfriend. You're approaching a girl who's a lesbian. And a lot of times what happens is a lot of y'all think all lesbians look butch. No, you have lesbians that
lipstick lesbians.
Yeah, you got lesbians that look super feminine. You wouldn't even think, right? So you're approaching a girl who has a boyfriend, you're approaching a girl who's a lesbian. You're approaching a girl who has some sort of mental issues. You see what I'm saying? You're approaching a girl she's just not, you're just not her type. You feel what I'm saying? You got all of that stuff going on and you're fucking up. Shout out to Game Global in the building. It says for a week, most guys aren't even approaching 3 women a month. We do monthly polls on this. It's crazy and surprising. Exactly.
And that's why I think, you guys think that you're approaching a lot of women, right? And you're really underestimating the amount of people that you're coming in, or you're overestimating the amount of people that you're coming in contact with for what is, good, makes you feel better about yourself. And I think understand that when you are, when you look at the title, right? Why you approach lots of women but hardly get any dates? Because you're actually not approaching lots of women.
Exactly.
Right? Lots of women, at the bare minimum, because he's been doing this for 2 decades, the bare minimum is 25 a day.
Right.
And I think to be really clear, right? Like approaching doesn't necessarily mean in-person, face-to-face contact. Approaching is being able to reach out on dating apps and engage with women there. It's
on social media.
It's, all the places, plus then the people that you come across in your everyday life. That's how you get to the 25 women a day.
Right.
And if you're not putting in the time, this is what I always say. I think when it comes down to like, you guys know, like, I love this group that I'm in, the Are We Dating the Same Guy, blah, 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 right? It really cracks me up. But, the people that are too busy, right? Oh, he was too busy to text me for 3 days. He was too busy to reach out, blah, blah, blah. It's the kind of the same thing with swiping, right? So if I always say 2 things are inevitable. At some point, you're going to sit down to take a shit and you're going to lay down to go to bed.
Right.
If you cannot, at any of those 2 times, pick up the phone and swipe or text in that case, right? Then it's not important to you.
Right.
And you will make an excuse and find a reason why you can't. If it's important, you will find a reason to do it. And that's really what it comes down to.
And also too, like, so what I said is he said 500 women in 14 months. Now, 14 months is 425 days. Now, if he was actually approaching 25 women a day for 14 months, let's do the math. 425 times 25 equals 10,625 women. So that means in 14 months, he should have approached 10,625 women instead of 500. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I want you to also notice something. He said, right? He said that with approaching all these women, there was one time that he was able to make out with a girl, right? So let's use that one time out of 500, right? So let's take the 10,625, and then we're going to divide that by 500. So that's 21. So if he would have actually talked to 25 girls a day for 14 months, he would have at least had 21 women that he had access to make something happen. So he said he approached 500 and made out with 1. So if he actually approached 25 women a day, he would have had 21 women throughout the 14 months. This is why I'm telling you guys that you have to play the numbers game. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be consistent. You see what I mean? So, and this is the thing. A lot of you guys, again, like I said, there's all the variables. The girl has a boyfriend. She's a lesbian. You're not her type. The girl has mental issues, or you actually got her number, set a date, she flaked. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's all these variables that happen as to why you have to play the numbers game. Or you go out with the girl and you guys are not compatible.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You go out with the girl, you have sex, and the sex is whack. You see how many, or you go out with the girl, you have sex with her, everything is cool, but then it fizzles out for whatever. There's so many things as to why you have to play the numbers game, because the numbers game is not just about, you know, you just approaching a girl and that's it in that particular situation. It's about compatibility on a consistent basis. So even if you do get a girl's number, even if you do go on a date, you can still do all those things and it fizzles out just like that. So then you got to still go back out there and do what you got to do. So the problem is that when a lot of guys don't understand the numbers game, guys are looking at it just on the surface, because you think, oh, just because a girl gave me her number or a girl stopped to talk to me, that's the end of it. Like everything is perfect. Everything just is going to work out. No, you know what I'm saying? You could meet a girl and then within 2 weeks, that shit is a wrap. You could meet a girl within 10 minutes, it's a wrap. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that you have to be able to, you know, get this shit cracking. Shout out to YND in the building. He said, I think it's cap claiming he got no numbers though, because 500 women, somebody giving out their number, even if they flake later. That's why I know he ain't approaching nowhere near as many. I agree. I think if anything, it's probably around like 200 something, if that much, if that much.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because the thing is, and again, if dudes are really out there doing it. You feel what I'm saying? If dudes is really out there doing it, right? You know, then it's gonna be, you know what I mean? It's gonna work out. So he says, if you're in a big city, there's no excuse. I'm in Columbia, South Carolina, so it's way harder than New York and Miami. Well, the thing is,
I don't disagree with you on that.
Yeah, I agree.
But one thing I will say, when I lived in Fort Lauderdale, and, you know, obviously you're getting a tourist influx all the time, et cetera, et cetera. But I would swipe so much and was very picky. And oftentimes it would come back and be like, we've run out of matches to show you, come back again tomorrow. If you're not getting to that, then you're not swiping. Like, just plain and simple. You are not swiping. Like, you know, it's funny because I am not on the dating apps nearly as much as I was. And I always joke around because I say TikTok became my new swiping obsession, right? Like, I would rather swipe on TikTok and learn something
ridiculous
than swipe on a dating app. But again, I have, you know, what I need and the people that I need and whatever. So I'm not out there looking to actively try to add more people to a roster. Like, I don't have enough time in my day.
Right. And also another thing that he said in his email, he said that he, you know, had thinning hair and he had a pot belly. Right. Now, another thing about the game is this, is that a lot of you guys have to understand that you have to present your best self. So and he said he's Muslim, so I'm assuming he's not a white guy. And, you know, he was talking about the white boys or whatever. So if you have thinning hair and your hair looks ridiculous, shave that shit. Do whatever's going to look the best for your hair. Now,
like, I think also, and it doesn't necessarily have to be shaved. I was thinking about this because, you know, I also love, have you guys seen you have to see these barbers, like, they're on TikTok, they're on Instagram, whatever. And they like literally do magic, right? Like, guy walks in, he looks atrocious. And he's like, I drove 3 hours to come and get my hair done by you because I see you on whatever platform, blah, blah, blah. So it could quite possibly be just that you don't have a haircut that is in the right place for your hairline. So again, like, take the time to find, you know, the style that's going to be right for you, that's going to downplay the negatives that are going on in, you know, in your look and whatever.
Right.
I know you have a call.
So Caleb, can you hear me? Caleb, hello? Yo.
Caleb,
can you hear me?
Oh, that's weird. We can't even hear him.
Yeah, I can't.
He also has phone problems sometimes.
Yeah. Hello.
Put it on the phone instead, just to see.
Hello. Kelly, can you hear us?
Oh, that's
Why not?
weird.
Why are you not hearing me through the roadcaster? That's crazy. You're not. Can you hear me now? Why are we not hearing them through the thing?
Put it on speaker. Then
Speaker. Hold on.
just.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hello.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know why it's not going through.
Oh my God, we tested this last
I
night
know, and
for hours.
Exactly, and it's not working.
And it worked.
Oh, he hung up.
Oh, maybe it's his phone.
Yeah, it could be his phone too. I don't know. I don't understand.
Do you need his phone?
Hold on, let me see. All right, let me try it again. Hold on. All right, let me try it on the thing. All right, can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, can you guys hear him? Can you guys out there hear him?
Caleb, say something.
Say something.
So that they can.
Yo, hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. I want to know if they can hear you. Can you guys hear Caleb? In the chat, put a one if you can hear Caleb. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Oh, yes, but.
Yes, but what? Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Caleb.
Go ahead, Caleb.
Yeah. I was just, this is Caleb. I donated $5 to the PayPal.
Okay, I got you. We got you.
All right, I just wanted to donate for someone to get a free call because I've seen some dudes in the chat. They were
you can't call up and donate.
They had the same issue.
And then say that you're donating for a free call because you just used the call.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna send another $5. I got you.
All right, but so you're gonna have a question?
No question, man.
Okay.
Like the game showed me yesterday.
Us. Like, you have us on the line and you don't even have a question?
Nah, I'm gonna get the 30-minute.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So we appreciate you calling in, though. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna send another $5 because I clearly commented. So I got you.
All right.
Okay. Cool. All right. I got you.
Thanks for calling.
All right.
All right. We have one free call, people. One free call.
Hold on. I think we got another call.
Yep.
346. Hold on. What's going on?
Frankie Shy.
Who?
Frankie Shy from the chat.
Hi, Frankie.
What's going on?
Did you donate? Frankie?
What's going on?
Did you donate? Form, blah, blah, blah.
What happened? Did he cut off? He hung up. What the fuck? What is going on?
All right, people. We know it's early. Get it together.
Yeah, call back. I don't know what's going on. Call back.
He said it's not him.
Okay, so that wasn't him.
No.
Okay, so
damn you trolls.
So it was a troll. Anyway,
if you're gonna troll, like do something really good.
Right. So anyway, so we was talking about the guy's hair, right? He needs to work on, fix that to make it look its best. Also, he said he had a pot belly. Now, when I first read it, I thought he was like a 45-year-old man.
And what I said to that is, so let's clarify. Let's say that it was a 45-year-old man that was thinning hair and
pot
belly and can't get the women and he's approaching all the people, et cetera, right? And we had this conversation last night, literally at like 2:00 in the morning.
Right.
After we tested the phone lines.
Mm.
If that's the case, you have to be very aware of the age group that you are approaching, right? Because I said, if this is a 48-year-old guy with a pot belly who has thinning hair and he's trying to approach a 19-year-old girl, like that's old enough to be her dad, that's weird. And no wonder you're getting rejected. Like, and can we talk about the note?
Oh no, we didn't get to that part yet.
Okay,
but it was already. It wasn't a note. It was some other thing.
Oh,
that's why you got to double check chat.
Okay.
But but this is the thing. So he's 22 years old, has thinning hair, and he has a pot belly. Right. See, when you're younger, right, in a lot of cases, it's easier to keep off weight than when you get older. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So the fact that he's 22 years old, he could lose that weight easily. Right. Then on top of that, the thing with the hair, he can either shave it bald or get a whatever type of hairstyle that would look the best. So what I'm saying is this. So we already got two things happening. He's not looking his best and he's not approaching enough women. Do you understand what I'm saying? So already two things. So when he watches this back, because I'm gonna send him this video. So the guy who sent the email, I want you to know, one, you're not approaching enough women, and two, right, you have to actually step up your look. So when we say be your best self, that means that covers everything. You see what I'm saying? That color covers everything. So the thing is that if he has the pot belly and he has the thinning hair, that's working against him. Do you see what I'm saying? So the thing is, you don't want to do things that's going to work against you. Do you see what I mean? So if you can do things to make yourself look better, do that. You feel what I'm saying? Whether it's the way you dress, whether it's the your weight or whatever it is, your haircut, your hairstyle, whatever you can do that looks the best, do that shit.
Well, and I think if you're 22 years old and you are not in decent shape, I mean, and in all fairness, like, I mean, now look at the world, right? Like, you could get Ozempic and thin out super quick. And, you know, but I think at 22, if you have a pot belly, then it indicates two things to me. Either one, you drink a lot, which is causing that, which then could become a red flag. But I don't know. Do Muslims drink?
Well, I don't know.
And then, or two, it's like you just don't give a shit because there's so many ways to take care of yourself at this point. I mean, unless you have like a medical thing that's causing that, then either way, you have to dress for your body type. So how are you minimizing the look of a pot belly when, you know, while you work it off or whatever?
Right. So, like I say, he says he's confident, but I don't believe him. The fact that he has enough awareness to point out the thinning hair and pot belly means he feels it's a detriment to a degree.
Absolutely.
Right. And so this is the thing again. So what happens is this, right? Is that what's going to make these things more difficult for you guys, right? Because when I tell you guys to approach a lot of women, there's a lot of different things that are happening as you're doing that, right? You're learning how to be more communicative in these situations and be more socially aware. You're upping the numbers of women you're talking to, which increases the numbers of women that you find that'll be attracted to. You're getting used to having those conversations, which tighten up your mouthpiece. You're getting more confident with approaching women. You're decreasing your fear of rejection. All these things are happening. You see what I'm saying? But what happens is that you can't go into the situation half-assed. You see what I'm saying? And so what happens is that I realize, even when reading this, and I know a lot of you guys are doing this also, you guys are doing this half-assed. So he said, I approached about 500 women in 14 months. That's half-assed. You see what I'm saying? He's like, oh, well, you know,
that's not even half.
Exactly. That's like what? A quarter ass.
That's like a 0.001 ass.
Right.
Because I mean, it's not even averaging out to, let's say, 17 women a day.
Right.
Right. Like you're literally less than 2 women a day. And that is truly the idea of, I truly believe you're overestimating.
Like basically you guys got to do it like this. It's like, think of something you do every day, add this to it. Right. You understand? Just like you brush your teeth every day. Some of y'all brush your teeth twice a day. Some of y'all brush your teeth once a day, but you brush your teeth every day, right?
God willing.
Yeah, exactly. You guys eat, I'm sure, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or at least breakfast and dinner, but you eat every day. You feel what I'm saying? So add this to whatever you're doing every day, add this to it. You see what I'm saying? The problem is that you guys are being very lackluster with it. And then and what happens is when you're lackluster with it, what it does is that you feel like you are doing something. And then you're like, why am I not getting the results of this thing that I'm doing? But you're not really doing it. You're the person who goes into the gym, gets on the treadmill for 3 minutes, does 2 sets of fucking triceps and then walks out.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, this is not going to help you.
And William Keim, I don't disagree with you. I think, but you've taken the time to invest in yourself. And because I know that you work with Miles on the regular, like there's a difference, right? Like this guy's saying, okay, I've been on the Bad Boy membership all this time, but he hasn't gotten any coaching. Like, I don't know, call me crazy. If I were approaching this many women with zero results and investing in the membership, like I would have been, and getting the coaching so that it went hand in hand so that I could really get the results that I wanted.
Right.
Like, that's the most important part.
Hold on, let's get a. Hold on.
What do we have?
Shit.
781.
Hold on, I'm trying to get the Skype on. Hold on. 781. What's popping? Who this?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Yo, what's good? Is free call still there? If not, I can send another.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, smooth. So I was just listening in. April said that if you're not sweat, there's an echo on my end.
Really? I don't hear an echo.
Yeah, we can hear you fine. Go ahead. What's the question?
Are you listening to the show in the background?
Right,
turn the show down.
Nah.
Okay. Well, what's your question?
Check.
What's your
All right. It's kind of hard because it's like echoing, but let me see. So I swipe a lot to the point where it does say, "Hey, you swiped on everyone on your like app or whatever." So I do that on Bumble, Hinge, Black. What's the other one? I swipe a lot, right? So my question is, my range is 10 miles. Would you say I should like extend that to like 15 or 20 to make it easier to link, or like what would your thought be?
I would say, I mean, I think open up your range. What part of the country do you live in?
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
Boston.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about it, right? If you're living, do you live in Boston proper? Or you live in the suburbs of?
No. I say Boston, but I'm like more like up. Like I'm like 20 miles away from Boston.
Okay, so do you live and work in the same area?
I work up in New Hampshire.
Okay.
I live on the border of Massachusetts, New Hampshire.
Okay.
So like for me to get to work is 30 minutes, and then for me to get to Boston it's like 40.
Yeah, I mean, I would say open up your radius, because you might also find that there are people that are working in one place but living in another, that because of the radius it will pick up. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was traveling all the time for work, like, I'd be flying over a state and then end up matching with somebody. And they'd be like, "Oh, hey, how long are you here?" I'm like, "I actually was never there. I just flew over that state and somehow it picked them up." Right. So I think open it up. And then initially what you'll find from that is that you'll be able to figure out how interested that girl is in you as to how far she's willing to travel to come and see you too.
Right. Basically. And also too, sometimes what happens is that when you run out of the how many apps are you on?
Oh, he's on like a handful. He's like,
I'm on 4. I have it right here. Hinge, Tinder, Bumble, and then Black. And I have
what about OkCupid?
Good pictures and shit. Like I got a photographer.
So so I would say, check out also OkCupid, Happening. What else? There's a bunch of other ones too. Coffee Meets Bagel. All like get on all those, but also when you run out, it's time for your ass to get outside. You feel what I'm saying? Because sometimes that'll happen too. Is that you run out of shit, and it's just like, hey, I'm gonna have to like actually start going out.
Because like, and where do you, when you go out, do you go to Boston to go out? Or does like
I mean, like before I got on the apps, I was going out and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was going out to clubs and stuff, but for me, I don't really like clubs and like bars. Not because it's just like it's loud and I don't like the environment and stuff.
What about
I can do it if I absolutely have to, but
what about like a low key lounge?
Yeah, that's another option. I might look into that.
Right.
Or like a piano bar.
Yeah, there's a few that I've gone to and stuff.
Yeah, like find places maybe that just have live music.
Right.
Because then it's a little bit more low key.
And would you recommend?
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Would you recommend? There's the echo's fucking me up. Sorry. So, would you recommend that I go to places that I don't want to be? Like, because my thing is like, if I don't want to be at a club, I don't want to be at a club just so I could talk to the girl.
No.
So it's like, that's kind of my conundrum where it's like I don't want to be there, but I do actually have to play my numbers game. So
don't go to places you don't want to be. Go to places you want to be. But what I'm saying is,
Right.
that there's places that are not clubs, that you can meet women. You know what I'm saying? So so the thing is that you have to do some research about those places in the area you're in, or the areas you got access to.
And how old are you?
24. My birthday's on Monday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Okay, happy birthday. Yeah, you young. You young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can find different, because there's like low key lounges and sometimes like events that you can go to that aren't the club. You know what I'm saying?
Like, and then like you can look at going to like Boston proper, right? You're gonna find that there are some places that like certain hotel bars might have like a lively environment going on, right? So like if you have the W, for example, and they always have like a super
I was about to just say that I go there.
scene. Yeah.
Right, exactly. See, there you go. You got it. So you got to use all avenues, the online and the offline. You know what I'm saying? So you got to use all that.
And then you
gotcha.
run
And then
the
I'll
risk.
send another 5 because I have another question.
Yeah, but I think then you run the risk, and I say that in a good way, right? Of meeting somebody that's from out of town that's potentially staying there, or in the next hotel 2 or 3 hotels down, where you don't have to drive all the way back home 30 minutes, but you can go up to their room or whatever. Like, I just think that there's or like like Mr. Locario always says, like, look at either getting a hotel room for the night or getting an Airbnb and being able to to make something happen quickly.
Right.
Right. Okay, I got you. And then my other question was what was it? It was I work Monday through Friday. I'm a FedEx driver. And then on Saturdays I have like a gig where I'm like a security guy, whatever, at like a club, a bar or whatever. But that scene is more like young, like college age people. And I'm young too. I'm 24. But I've noticed that Locario said this, where if you're messing with kind of younger chicks and you're kind of upfront with what you want, like they're kind of goofier. So I just wanted to hear like what would your thoughts be? I mean, I still talk to girls there after I'm done working, and I'm like, hey, what's up, But I just wanted to hear what your thoughts are on like a younger girl, or might be using that as an excuse.
So you're saying what's the question? You're saying if a younger girl does what?
If he's upfront with her on what he wants, that she actually.
So like you said that.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. So
yeah. So basically, it's the same. It's the same thing. So all it is that the reason why some of them will act goofy is because. So this is what you guys understand. When you're dealing with women, right? A lot of women are they're coming off of the experience of dealing with other guys. So most of the other guys they deal with are goofy too. So this is why they're goofy. You see what I'm saying? But also too, a woman who's really, really, really feeling you, right? She's going to be about it regardless. So you just have to, again, this is why, again, it's always a numbers game. You're still going to have to be able to meet the women, bring them into your world. And then the women who are about you are going to actually follow your lead. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing is that exactly, and Y&D said it too, is Y&D is a young dude. He said younger girls will be goofy because they aren't used to guys being like that, but they will do it when they are highly interested. Exactly. That's a fact. So that's why I say you got to play the numbers game. So you got to find the women who are highly interested, and then they'll be more receptive in the situation. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right. So regardless, either way, it's still a numbers game. If they're just being goofy, that's just means they're not interested.
Exactly. That's what it is. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's helpful. Yeah, I guess, man, it's kind of like, it's like you think you're putting in words, but it's like, nah, bro, you got to 10x that.
That's what, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You see, when you start thinking about it, you're like, oh yeah, because I'm telling you, it's people don't understand that the work that needs to be put in it's more about consistency. And the thing is, it sounds like a lot because when you're not doing it, it sounds like a lot. But when you implement it into your life and make it part of what you do, it just becomes another thing that you do. So then it doesn't feel as like crazy. It just feels crazy now because we're not doing it. You know what I'm saying? But when you get into a flow of doing it, it's just like going to the gym. When a person hasn't gone to the gym in a long time, it feels like, oh man, I haven't been in the gym. I gotta go. Like us, we haven't gone to the gym in like for what, months and shit. And then we went to the gym the other day, and it's like,
and my legs hurt so bad it hurts to sit down and stand up.
Right.
So,
but if you're going to the gym consistently, then it becomes part of your lifestyle, and it just becomes the thing you do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That makes sense. And like, I'm not opposed to work because I put that work in the gym and in my finances. So this is my last. Anyways.
the one
So I
thing
gotta
I
figure
would
out
say
my life,
is,
so that makes sense.
at your job, probably both of your jobs, right? Because I'm guessing you can also be like a social FedEx driver. I've had those guys that are like fun to talk to and whatever, right?
Yeah.
But also your bouncer job, whether you're interested in them or not, I think in order for you to work on your mouthpiece, talk to everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I think when you're in a bar, loungy kind of environment, it's really easy to flirt, whether you're interested in them or not. And then obviously if they're interested in you, they'll come back at you. And then you kind of have the ability to pick and choose who you're willing to entertain at that point. Does that make sense? But I think you can have this fun, flirty, like, ladies, whatever, what are you up to tonight? Thanks for coming in. Like, however you're engaging with them rather than just saying, let me see your ID. You know what I mean? Like, you can go a little bit more above and beyond just to kind of practice. Good.
So with that though, because I've done that before, and some of the girls, like they'll think that like they'll try to get in for free, right? So like I'm a bouncer, yes, but I also take cover sometimes.
Yeah.
But like I've noticed that when I try to be friendly and stuff like that, they're like, "Oh, can we? It's my birthday. Can I get in for free?" And I'm like, "No. Like you still have to pay."
Yeah.
So like, would you? And then because they're still trying to talk to me and stuff like that, it kind of stops like the line and it removes the flow. So then I get yelled at from the management and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, is that something I just kind of have to balance?
I think.
Wait. You said you're a bouncer?
Yeah.
Well, if you're a bouncer, then you gotta do your job first, and then everything else after. So that's the issue. You're trying to mac while you're doing your job.
No, he's not. I'm saying that he could to work on his mouthpiece, and he's saying that could fuck up the flow of the line because then the girls think that he's interested. So then they're trying to get in for free.
Right.
So yes, to his point,
exactly.
Do your job first. But if there's not a line, and
you can still talk to them, like if there's like you know what I'm saying in that sense. But the thing is that you're just using that for practice. So it's not like you're trying to even get with them or do anything specific at that moment, unless you're just out there with a girl and she's whatever you can do it. But just in general, it's just more about the practice. Yeah, I don't know why I'm here.
Okay. I'll just send another flash if I have another question.
Go ahead.
All right, what you got?
Yeah. With the dating apps, right? So I bought Bumble Premium, which is like a lifetime membership. That was like 200 and something. And then I've been testing out like Tinder Platinum because it shows you to more people. Would you recommend with all these apps, like, what kind of like the best one to buy a membership? I already have Bumble Premium for lifetime, so I know that I'm gonna keep using. But like, I don't know which one would be the best one, and I don't want to have like $400 worth of.
Yeah, no, just stick to
Is there like one that you recommend to buy?
Yeah, just stick to either Tinder or Bumble as far as buying a premium thing. Like you don't have to buy a premium thing for every one. Just stick to at least one or two. So those two are good. If you have Tinder and Bumble Premium, to just use those two as the premium. The other ones you just use for the free drinks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Yeah, because I'm like, damn, and these shits are expensive. It's like $50 a month for flat.
Right. Yeah, but I would say you don't need really one. I would just say Tinder as the premium. You know what I'm saying, for the premium one. But you already got the Bumble. So
are you on the Bad Boy membership?
I'm not. No.
Oh, see, you got that's what I'm saying. You got to learn how to get them the online dating popping a little better.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So whenever you get a chance, get up on that membership. I think you must got this show playing in the background.
Nah, I will. I don't know if you remember me, but I was the guy who.
Right. Oh, you got us on speaker?
Wait, say that again? I don't know if you remember me, but I called in one time and I was like, "Yo, like I'm trying to get out of debt, so I'm trying to get out of that first, and then I'll get on the Bad Boy membership." But I only bought the premium because it was a one-time version.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, man. So just stay on that. Just and remember, if it runs out on the dating apps, get your ass outside. You feel what I'm saying?
Trust, bro. I will.
All right, brother. All right, man. Well, I appreciate the call, fam. I'm holler at you. I think he probably had the show playing.
Yeah.
Either he was on speaker or he had the show on his phone while he was talking. Something like that. I'm like, that's mad feedback in the background. But let me see what some of these questions are saying real quick. It says, "What's up, Ella? Is there a way to find out before the date if a girl is only planning on using you for attention?" Well,
invite her straight to your place.
Right. Well, the thing is, again, cooperation. You understand what I'm saying? So in a lot of times what you want to do is that you want to make sure that you are giving the woman. So let's say, for example, you're taking a girl to get drinks. Tell her to come someplace that's close to you, but probably far for her. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, meet me here. You feel what I'm saying? So she has to travel half an hour, 45 minutes, whereas you got to travel 2 minutes. You feel what I'm saying? So and so the thing is that you want to basically say, hey, look, this is what I want to do. Is she following what I'm saying that I want to do? Is she going to come all the way out here to see me? Stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times if a woman is just using you for attention, she's not going to bother to do all that extra shit. You see what I mean? It says, I got the same problem as the guy. I attract Black women easily because I'm Black, but I find it harder to attract a white or Latina woman. I think race plays a major part in dating. T800, call up. Because first of all, a lot of you guys, y'all not even approaching the women that y'all say y'all want. You feel what I'm saying?
We have like at least two free calls.
We got 2 free calls, so call up. But the thing is that, yeah, you're not, so you're saying that, okay, I can attract Black women. So what happens is sometimes you put yourselves in situations where a majority of your interactions, for example, with this guy is probably, with Black women. So he's at like a club where it's like 98% Black women. He's in situations where he's going, you see what I'm saying? Yep. And so what happens is that if he's in a situation with there's a white girl or a Latina girl, whatever, he's probably looking to see if they're checking him. Right. They're not checking him. So he's like, oh, well, I'm not able to do this and do that. Hold on. Let's see.
Sorry.
My bad. Let me get hold on. Why is this thing?
You're a mess.
Why is this thing making that sound? Okay. 661.
I can hear you.
Hi.
What's going on? Who's this?
This is Jalen from LA. There is an echo. It's really bad too.
Why? I don't know why there's an echo. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you though.
Yeah, I don't know why there's an echo.
Does the audience hear the echo?
Yeah, because I don't hear the echo right now.
Do you have us? You don't have us on speakerphone?
No, I got you on my.
Say it again.
My wired earphones, so you can hear me better.
Okay. Yeah, I don't hear no echo. They're not hearing any echo in the thing either.
They're not hearing an echo. It's
yeah.
just on your end. Maybe try taking out the earphones and talking in.
No, I was saying that it went away after the first 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
All right. Cool. So what's your question?
Okay.
Did you donate?
Okay, so I was going off the free code because I seen those 2 free codes.
Perfect.
All right, go ahead.
Oh. Okay. So I was listening to it like the last dude. I live an hour away from LA. I live in like the suburbs of LA.
Where do you live?
And for me personally, in Palmdale, it's like this desert area.
Okay, I know Palm Desert.
Oh no, Palmdale.
Oh, Palmdale. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, I was saying that usually I always got to schedule dates like either an hour away or like 40 minutes away because those are where the most like lit spots are at. because out here in my town or even like nearby, it's like all right bars, but it ain't nothing like LA. So do you feel like by me putting myself in the position to go to our way, it's smooth? Because although I would like more women nearby, but it seems like it's hard for me to really find the women nearby. When I do go out, I'll meet them nowhere at the store or at just little places like that. But I don't really go to no bars up here like that. I'm gonna be real.
So when you're matching with them, are you saying when you're trying to meet people out, or when you actually have a date?
Okay, so both. So like today, I got a date in Glendale because I know that's a spot that I always go to out there. And I told her just meet me over there. But sometimes I will be real, like, you know, you don't feel like going all the way out there. So it's like sometimes you just kind of like, damn.
I think that's what you have to decide, right? Like, first of all, like, what is your radius on the dating apps? And if you have a place that's your go-to place in your town or halfway between LA and your town, like, then again, if she likes you, how far is she willing to travel? Because I feel like in LA, everybody travels. Like, it's not like you're walking 2 blocks to get where you are, and you know, and you're in New York. But I think it's also, what are you willing to do if you're looking for something long term, right? Like, and convenient. Because like for me, and this is gonna sound really bad, like I do not date anybody that lives in Staten Island. Ever. Or the Bronx.
Why not? Oh,
Staten Island and the Bronx, because I don't want to.
Because you want to go there, right. So wait, so you said that there's spots near where you're at, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like they some cool spots.
Oh, so you don't,
and I ain't gonna lie like that.
So you don't like the spots near you?
No, he just said there's cool spots. If there's cool spots, then I think take advantage of your cool spots too, because like I always love when guys show me spots that I didn't know existed.
Right. And if there's a cool spot near you, just tell the girl to come there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just be like, hey, meet me at this spot, meet me at this place. Because again, like I said, see, this is what you guys are gonna say. If she's interested, she will show up. You understand? She will come through.
That's true.
So you just so this is the thing. This is the advantage, I should say, of being a man, is that you're leading it. So then you give the woman the opportunity to choose. Do you see what I'm saying? So then you say, hey, listen, I'm here. Come meet me here for a drink. And if she's interested in meeting you, she will go where you're at for the drink. You see what I'm saying? So you don't have to like be like, oh, well, let me, you know, she's over here, so I got to take a place closer to her. Or no, just be like, hey, come meet me at this spot. We'll get a drink. Now, if you guys end up like consistently seeing each other, then maybe, you know, you meet her there at where she's at and she meet you. See what I'm saying? Then after that, you could do all that other stuff. But now just tell her, hey, I'm going to be at this spot, or there's a spot that I like over here. Come meet me here. And then, you know, she drive over to where you at, and then that'll be it.
Yeah, I am making it a little more difficult because there have been many times, like maybe I could count 4 times where women drove an hour away to Palmdale, but it was just for like to fuck. And I'd be treating like a date differently. I don't know why. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm trying to think of a place that I usually normally go to, which is always in LA. But
yeah, no, you ain't got to do all that, man. You making it way more complicated, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because also remember, you're trying to test to see her interest, and if she's actually interested in you, she's gonna come through to where you at.
And I think that kind of goes back to O'Malley's question, right? Like, how do you know if the girl's just using you for the date? That's kind of how you know, right? Like, if she's not willing to come that far, then she just wanted to play games anyways. Like, I'll go because I don't have anything better to do tonight. I don't want to invest my time, my money, my gas, my this, my that, right? But if she genuinely has an interest in you, she'll make the investment.
Right.
Okay. So this is why you play the numbers game, because obviously you'll run into more women that won't be interested, but then you'll run into the women that will be.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The light bulb. Oh, the light bulb.
Exactly, right. The light bulb. That should light up.
I know, right?
Right. So that's
okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, sir. I appreciate the call, man. Yes, sir. All right, appreciate
Thanks
the call,
for
man. Yes, sir. All right, so guys, call up 646-481-3901. So let me see what some of these questions are saying. You said, is approaching 10 women a day not enough? That's how many women I've approached since the start of February. No, it's not enough. So see, I'm gonna tell y'all.
We're not taking any anonymous calls.
No anonymous calls. No anonymous calls. Why is it doing that? This is so freaking.
Listen, they can't hear that. I don't think.
Really? Can they hear that?
That's weird. Now it won't stop.
Yeah, it's doing that weird
Yeah.
shit. Oh fuck, I don't know. I'll
Okay.
just put that down for right now. Yeah, so maybe when someone else calls, I'll bring it back up. Okay, so he said, is approaching 10 women a day not enough? That's how many women. 10 women since it's February 15th.
How long have you been listening to this this podcast, the content here? 25 women a day minimum.
Right.
Minimum.
And again, guys, listen, you can literally talk to 25 women, contact 25 women on your phone. You ain't even got to approach women in the street. You ain't even got to like walk up to women. You can go in your phone right now and contact 25 women. You understand what I'm saying? It'll take you less than an hour. You could do this while you're taking a shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't understand why this is such a complicated thing. You see what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, again, what happens is that guys don't want to put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's just like, you gotta understand how this shit works. You said, if the man is the prize, why does the man have to go hunt down hundreds of women? Because you are the one who creates the situations that happen. It's just like, it's like saying, well, if the NBA is the thing, why do they have to go and scout players? You see what I'm saying? Because they have to orchestrate and create the situation. You see what I'm saying?
You don't just get to sit back and wait and let people come to you.
Right.
It doesn't work like that.
And come to you and just say, hey, I want to play for the NBA. And then you're like, all right, cool, go ahead. No, you have.
Lots of things have changed in the dating landscape and the interaction between men and women from the 50s to now, right? But the one thing that hasn't changed is that men are the hunters. Like, that's the way it goes. Men take the lead. Men lead the situation. So unless you want to be a beta male and have a woman lead you, then you take control of the situation, and you have to put in the work.
And so the thing is that, see, the whole thing about the prize thing too is that, you want to be, and I said this on the Bad Boy membership, right? It actually needs to be both people see each other as a prize. Right. You see what I'm saying? Agreed. So it can't just be like, well, I'm the prize, because if you're the prize and she's nothing, then what's the point of even dealing with her? You feel what I'm saying? So
look at me. I'm a prize. God damn it.
He said that nigga wasn't listening when April said she was swiping a lot. Everyone has to do what's necessary to get what you want. If you don't, you don't actually want it. That's a fact. That's a good point. See, a lot of guys think, oh, well, the women have it so easy. It's like, no, women still got to put in work too. Just like if we say, like even the other caller, we said, tell the girl to come see you. Yep. That's work she got to put in to come see him. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of guys got to understand that shit. Okay, where was we at with the questions? He said, if you're not speaking to loads of women, you'll get left behind and have nothing popping off. I agree. Real talk. What do you think of exploring the whole Manhattan up and down to talk to every girl?
I think that's a lot of work, and I'm all for it. I think especially on like a spring, like when it's spring and everybody's out, and you know that that's going to happen. Like, I mean, shit, it goes 50 degrees, and all of a sudden we see people in t-shirts and no jackets, and I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Like, I'm still bundled up like a crazy person, right? But when spring hits, like, you got people that are walking across the Brooklyn Bridge, and then they're in Lower Manhattan, and then they're working their way through and whatever. Like, I'm all for it. But I think like you pick your areas and your spots where you want to be, because you're putting yourself then in a target-rich environment of where you want to be, rather than taking yourself out. Like, again, I know I'm not traveling to Staten Island. I think I've dated one person from Staten Island, and I went there once. That's it.
He was like, never again.
No, I mean, not never again, but like, it's not something that I want because it takes me a long time to get there, right? Like, and you have to take a ferry because I don't have a car and I'm not taking a train and all this jazz, right? But I think also if there's areas that you haven't explored that are, you know, a city, a town, whatever over from you that you're like, I've actually never been there. Like, get online. Like, I Yelp everything. I look at people's reviews. I mean, he knows, like, I'll be like, oh, what do you want to do tonight? He's like, oh, let's find something on TikTok. Like, then I find like new places in New York on TikTok. And, you know, when we were in the pandemic, we were going to Jersey all the time.
Right.
Because the anti-vax are here, you know, but like, I used to live there. So I knew some cool places. And then, you know, you find places. I think don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and go to places and areas that you've not been after you've done your research, because I think obviously you don't want to end up in some crazy place, but do the research, because then that puts you in with a different group or type of person than you might be seeing, you know, like the Lower East Side people are not the Upper West Side people. So, you know, you have the different areas that people just won't leave because, like, this is my neighborhood and this is where I go because this is where I live and yada yada yada. So I think kind of finding those places in your market are really important.
He said, Kate Zag said, in nature, in general, the male species is a pursuer. There are exceptions, but a biological level, men are the pursuers. Exactly. That's a fact. That's a fact. Let me see, where was we at with the questions?
Derek said pretty much the dick wasn't worth it.
Exactly. I agree. You had medium interest. That's what it was. Said, do you think it's harder to meet women in a small town or suburb? Well, the thing is, again, if you're in a small town or suburb, it's going to be difficult as far as the volume of women, but it's not difficult in the sense of meeting women one-on-one specifically. So the difficulty is just more about access.
Yep.
That's really all it's about. So like if you're in like this, you know, rural area where there's like 100 people in the town,
then you really have to open up your radius.
Right. So
and
you gotta
or travel to the next major city.
Exactly. It says, Abel, you see other dudes besides Locario, and do the dudes have game as good as Locario's game or close to his game?
Okay.
Courtney trying to holler at you now. He's like,
yes, I do. And no, not really. Which makes it hard, right? Because I know what right looks like.
It's crazy.
So it's no. I mean, and you guys see the chat, like we talk about it all the time. And like, I'm like, oh, like these poor women out here. Like it's rough when you have the beta males and that's not what you're attracted to.
Well, yeah, that's the thing that that's what he's talking about on the other show where I was like, you know, there's a lot of guys who don't have options, and it's because you know, a lot of women don't want to be with certain guys. It says, Abel, what is your cutoff for how young you date a guy or how old?
Okay, so I will say my cutoff used to be 7 years younger because my youngest brother is 7 years younger than me. So I would never date anybody that was younger than him. I would say now, I think I'm at a point where as long as we look like we're in the same age bracket, like I don't want to go out with somebody that somebody would look at them and go, oh, is that your son? No, like, and I think it looks weird. Like, you know, these guys that date these young girls and like, oh, is that your daughter? Like, I just don't want people looking at me the way I look at people. Right. So I don't know that I have an age on it anymore.
Okay, so this is a comment I wanted to talk about. So he was responding to K-Zag and he said, bruh, how can you be confident with the fucking pot belly? Confidence does not come from the sky. Tell a nigga to self-improve. Why are y'all not telling these folks the truth, man? So basically, this is the problem. So the guy in the email and you know, and K-Zag was saying that the dude isn't confident, because what happens is in his email, he mentioned
He pointed out his flaws.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So he's the one. So we're not saying that you can't get girls with pot bellies. What I'm saying is he thinks it's a flaw. You understand what I'm saying? So that's going to affect how he feels about himself, which affects his confidence, which affects the outcome of the interactions. Because for example, like Steve got a pot belly, you feel what I'm saying? And Steve can get women. You feel what I mean? So it's not that if you have a pot belly, you can't get girls. No. We're talking about based on how you are coming at the situation, you have to be, comfortable and like what you're doing in your situation. We're saying that for him, especially because he's a younger dude and he's already, like on that type of shit. Because what happens is that based on your age, you could get away with certain things a little bit easier. All right, let's see if we could. I don't know why this shit keeps doing this.
Caleb said it might be because your phone is too close to the microphone or the computer.
Could be. All right, hold on. Let me okay. 513. 513.
Yo, it's YND.
Oh, YND in the building. What's going on, fam? What's good?
Nothing much. Man, I wanted to comment on the main reason y'all did this. When you were talking about the guy and like the pot belly and the looks and all that.
Right.
That's why if guys will really listen to what you be saying, like when you say, because the game is knowledge itself. If the guy actually was paying attention to himself and he saw that was affecting him, he would change his looks. So like that's why guys get confused when they talk about looks and stuff. They'll be like, oh, should you change it? Should you not? You know yourself, and like you said, you're not presenting yourself the best, and he thinks that's the issue. Then why would he not change it? Why would he not do something about his hair or whatever?
Right, exactly.
And I wanted to ask April a question, if I could.
There you go.
Here I am.
So you were talking about like older women and stuff, like dating younger guys. So for me, I sleep with a lot of older women.
Yeah.
Do you think that, like, what do you think influences that preference? Because I will say for me, I find that a lot of times, like, we know this is just like a fuck buddy fun situation. You know what I'm saying? Compared to like, they kind of do that, what you were saying, like, they don't want to actually be with somebody that's that. I mean, and I don't, right? So, but what do you think that women, let's say they are around like y'all's age, do you think a woman that is around that age and she wants to be with some dude that's like 20-something younger than her, what's your opinion on that? Like, do you really think it has to be something off for her, probably like actually want to be with him? Like, oh, this is going to be my man. What do you think about that?
Do I think there has to be something off with her to think that?
Yeah, like, would you look at that and say, something's probably off with her? That's not normal to want like a 20. Okay.
No. I think it depends on where she's at in her life and kind of where you're at in your life, right? Because
right, yeah.
Are you looking for like a sugar mama situation, or like you have your own, she has her own, we come together because there's just mutual attraction? And I think especially you have to understand, like, once like I don't know, I got divorced and I was like at like 30 something, right? Like, for whatever reason, like I got out of that marriage, and then like I was like in like my sexual prime, right? And so like then you want a younger guy that can like go rounds and like make that happen for you all the time, because you're probably coming out of a marriage where like or a long-term relationship where sex wasn't a priority and it wasn't exciting anymore, and you didn't kind of have this lusty kind of situation happening. And that's the exciting part about dating somebody that's younger. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm always looking like obviously the chemistry is what I'm looking for, but I'm also looking for somebody that shares a musical interest with me, because like music is such an important part of my life that like I don't typically date guys that are older than me because their musical interests have no interest to me.
But do you think that though, that a woman who's older would, let's say in her 40s, would want to date a 21-year-old seriously though? Like, oh, this is my man. We're going to be together for another 10, 15 years.
I mean, I don't think that it's serious. And I think if there's like this, if there's a very different, how do I say, like, she looks like she could be your mom, I think that's like fun for now. Or I do think, like, to me, that's a little predatory, right? Like, sorry, that might be the wrong thing to say.
So you would say that something's wrong with her, because like I'm only asking this because the experiences that I had, it's most of the time it's like a understood, this is just a fun thing, right? So I've had like a couple of girls who express this like, oh, I'm like they're actually trying to take me serious, and in my experience, I'm always like, that gives me like a desperation, this bitch kind of crazy vibe, right? Because like that don't make sense to me. But I'm wondering if that's just the experience I've encountered, or could there possibly be an exception out there where it's like, oh no, she's all right up in the head, and it could be normal. That's more what I was asking.
Okay, so is she saying she or you're feeling like she wants to take things seriously after spending some time together, or is it like from the jump, like she wants something serious with you?
And the experience I've been in is more, from the start. I mean, we already had sex, but it was basically like early. You know what I mean? Like first time we was seeing each other. Basically.
I mean, so then maybe she's just stigmatized, right? So in her mind, she wants something serious, but does she want something serious outside of the bedroom, or she just wants
in this particular one, she was, she started bringing up the idea of like just, trying to plant seeds of the idea of a relationship type of shit. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, what?
Yeah. And what was the age difference?
She was 36.
And you're how old? 20?
I'm 24, but at the time of this, I was like 22. So this was like 2 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, does she have kids yet?
Nope.
That's why.
she want
babies.
That's crazy though. That's what I'm saying. Like, but see, this is why women are not supposed to lead. Because imagine she's into you and she's like feeling you, and she would want to have kids with someone who's 22 years old.
And she wants it right now. She's 36, right? Like tick, 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 that clock. It's like, she's like, love the sex, want the babies.
Right.
Serious relationship.
That's crazy.
That's why. So
you look at that, you're like, yo, she off. I don't
think she's off. I just think that's natural.
Yeah, she's just being a woman.
That's just a woman at that age, right? Like,
and that's why as a man, you got to tell her, nah, we ain't doing all that. You feel me? Because
that's why you need to use a condom,
right?
And pull out.
Exactly, because guys who don't have game, they'll just like go along with it. They'll be like, oh, we'll just be together, and then they'll do
right. Yeah, they'll be done.
Yeah. So,
hey man, I'm gonna send another 5 for this. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Something.
Oh, now you go ahead.
Yeah, I had going off of that, Locario, bro. I had this situation with this chick. Now she was just a few years older than me. She was a lawyer chick that I was fucking with in like 2023. So yeah, around there. And so she 2 years older than me. She was a lawyer, like fresh in her career. Mind you, when I met this girl, bro. This girl was talking all this shit about how, she's on birth control. She the type, if she got pregnant, she gonna run and get an abortion without even saying nothing, like that type of talk. And I'm not dumb, so I'm thinking to myself, like, you lying. Like, if you get pregnant, you gonna want to keep the baby. That's why you making me feel like that. Like, it's like she was trying to get me to not wear a condom and bust off in her or something. It's saying like, oh, if it happens, I'm just gonna get an abortion anyway.
Right.
So fast forward. We stopped fucking with each other because she did some little disrespectful shit, so I had to let her go. Bro, this girl hit me up like a month later talking about, hey, yes, she talking about, I think I'm pregnant. I think I'm late. you know, all of this stuff. And I was just like, yo, like, I didn't even bust. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you just saying this as a last ditch effort, you know, trying to get me to come back.
Of course.
And what was funny was she told me, she's talking about, yeah, like, I'm sorry for bothering you. I just got my period. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little sad, right, that I got it. And I'm sitting here thinking, this girl is sad. And this the same girl that started off talking about how she don't want no babies, no babies.
Right.
But now you sad. You know, so guys got to be smart because they'll hear a girl say, "Oh, I'm on a pill, and even if I got pregnant, I'll get an abortion ASAP." And that girl will trap you, get that baby, and you'll be over there like, "I thought you said you was going. I thought you was going to get an abortion." I'm like, niggas be done, bro.
Yep. Absolutely.
I'm telling you, that's why you gotta be careful out here.
Listen, you got these girls with their, you know, biological clocks are ticking, and you know. They're like, go ahead, shoot up the club.
Right.
I'm good. Lies.
Yes, that's why you guys gotta be
All
careful
right, man.
out
here. Appreciate y'all.
Yes,
I'm gonna head
sir.
back to the audience.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Audience.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. I think Caleb was trying to call up.
Yeah, he was. I had said
yeah,
we
so
could only take one call at a time.
Yeah, because we taking this off the phone. So you guys, you know, if you guys
Caleb's
want to
gonna call and use his own free call.
Okay, cool. I think this is Caleb. Hold on. Let's get Caleb on there.
Let's get.
Yo, you Garris?
Yo, y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is Caleb. I donated 5 to Miles, though.
All right, that's what's up. So what's going on?
Yeah, man, I want to call in again because I had a question. You know, I couldn't just leave off without just my little statements.
Right.
So yeah, I approached 26 women last night. I was proud. I was like, you know what, Locario was right. You know, I actually because like I was close to making things happen. But my question is, right, if you approach women on the street, can you still create a situation where you can hook up?
What do you mean? Yes.
Or is it only like
Yeah, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like hooking up that night, or what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I saw a bunch of I mostly talked to the chicks in groups, so it was like 2, and I was talking with both of them, right? But of course, like there's this they literally just got out the parking garage. I was talking some shit, and she might have been down, but I feel like I said something that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really sure, so I wanted some clarity.
So why didn't you set up a threesome?
He ain't got that type. He ain't ready for all that.
I gotta get that coaching article first.
So what'd you say to these women? What'd you say
Caleb,
to them?
you're $5 at a timing. You're coaching. You realize that, right?
Right, exactly. You need to get some you know, some real coaching. But what'd you say to these women?
Yeah, so what I said, right, it was the 2 joints. So I was like, listen, that girl, look, I actually don't even remember, bro. I can probably make some shit up.
So basically all it is this, bro, is that if you meet women, you know, you can meet women and, you know, make something happen at the same night. It's just you have to be direct, and you have to also have a plan of action, because let's say you met the women and they were a chick was down. Where would you have taken her?
I would have driven back because I'm about like 20 minutes away. It's not that long from Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, so you would have driven her back to your spot?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so the thing is, so you don't remember nothing you said to these women
He
out here?
doesn't want to embarrass himself.
Nah, just tell us what you said. Come on, man.
No, I definitely need to get the coaching on the flirting part, because I remember what you said last time. You nigga, you don't know how to flirt.
Right.
But and Caleb,
I'm pretty sure I just called the chick sexy. I told her that, listen, the way you're looking at me, that your eyes are screaming desire. Like, I know you want me. Some shit like that.
Wait, say it again?
I said, the way you're looking at me, like your eyes are just screaming desire. Like, I know you want to touch me. I know you want to get on me.
Okay, so what did the girl say to you in response?
She was like, I think she said entice you first, and then I said that. She was like, does that work on other girls? But then she was still like hugging up on me.
But what did you say when she said, does that work on other girls?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I know it's going to work on you.
Mm-hmm. And then what'd she say back?
I low-key fumbled it because then I was like, all right, listen, just take my card.
That's it. He just said take. You said take my card, and you walked away.
Listen. Hit me up after tonight. That's what I said.
Oh man, why didn't you try to make something happen that night?
Because she was with her other friend.
Because she was what?
With her friends.
Oh,
she was with her friend.
You said she was with her friends. Okay, so
why didn't you just say when she said, does that work on other girls? And you said you could have said it doesn't matter who works on other girls. Is it working on you? And she would have ha-ha'd, or she would have been like, absolutely not. And if the ha-ha happened, then you'd be like, hey, let's get out of here. I'll bring you back before your friends are done.
Right. So this is what you do. You make the attempt. Listen, you make the attempt. If it can't happen, then you give her your information and then say, call me later after you're done with your friends. And you see what I'm saying? So and this is just for everybody. So the thing is that when you guys are out, make the attempt to make it happen that night. If it can't happen that night for whatever reason, then you get the information to do it later on another day. Or sometimes girls will be out with their friends or whatever it is like that. They're out for a birthday or whatever the fuck it is. And you say, hey, listen, here's my number. Text me, what time you guys gonna be done? She'll be like, oh, I don't know, probably around midnight or whatever, 1 o'clock. Okay, text me when you guys are done. You see what I'm saying? And we'll make something happen.
And I'll see where I'm at.
Right, exactly.
Right. So then you're not letting her think you're waiting on her all night, because you then still need to go play the numbers game while you're waiting.
Right.
You're not really waiting. You're trying to find someone else, right? Potentially. And if it turns out that at the end of it all, you guys are both still down and ready to make it happen and whatever, great. And if she reaches back out to you, but I think the big thing is try to make it happen, because you can say, hey, let's get out of here. I'll have you back before your friends are ready to go home.
Right. And then if sometimes if the girl's really feeling, she'll go with you. But if it's this thing where she's like, oh, I can't leave my friends. It's a birthday. I haven't seen her in a year, blah, blah, blah. And you say, all right, well, cool. Here's my number. Hit me up later, blah, blah, blah. So what I'm saying is make the attempt first, then the number and all that is second. So always make the exchange of numbers secondary. You see what I'm saying? That's what you guys got to do. So you just was like, oh, here's my number. And then you just ran
walked
off.
away.
You know what I'm saying?
Because then it seemed like
you're right,
your
man.
confidence went from here to like, wah, wah, wah,
exactly.
I was lowered because I didn't go. I didn't stand up what I was trying to do. I got you.
Right, exactly.
And here's the other thing, right? So I think she's with her friends and you're like, all right, well, hit me up later. Like, okay, you made the attempt, hit me up later. And she's like, oh, not tonight. Okay, listen, if it doesn't work out tonight, what are you up to tomorrow? Let's get together. And it might not even be tomorrow night. It could be like, let's get together tomorrow morning, grab a coffee. It could be like,
right.
That it'll happen.
Oh my. Man, I'm glad I called you up again, because
I knew you had a question, Caleb.
Exactly.
I knew it.
This is why you need to get that coaching, fam. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we try to tell y'all.
Hey man, I gotta get that too, because I'm close to being able to pay for it. So I'm right there.
Yes,
all
right, brother.
I'm basically right there. But yeah, just give me like today, probably tomorrow. I got it.
All
right, cool.
Y&D, I got more game in my little pinky than most people have.
Hey man, shout out to Y&D, man. That club I talked about yesterday, that shit was ass. I mean, yeah, that shit was trash. Yeah, I just went to the street. That's it.
All right, brother. All right, man. Appreciate the call, fam. All right. Why does this thing always do that when I hung up? I don't know why it's doing that. But anyway, so let me see what some more of these questions are saying. You said, Ms. Locario, let's say you fucked up so much that your lady starts losing attraction. You can tell by how she responds to you. Do you let her go or try to fix the situation? Well, it depends on what it is. So sometimes you might do certain things where it's, you got to charge that whole situation to the game because you fucked up really too bad. And then there's certain situations where you can, correct the situation depending on, what it was. So it all depends on the context. You see what I'm saying? But this is why it's important to be you, You understand? So that when you're being you, you're not gonna fuck up. A lot of times the fuck up happens because a lot of y'all are not being yourselves. And then you attract a woman by not being yourself. And then you end up, the real you comes out, and then she's like, oh, who the fuck is this guy? You understand? And then shit falls apart because, you know, you're being a whole different type of dude. It's terrible.
The one thing I want to say about that, though, is also, I think the one thing that I learned about from my marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do we need to take this call?
Hold on. Yeah, I think you got another call.
I'll hold that thought.
Hold on. All right. Yo, 513.
It's YND calling back. I sent another 5.
Okay, cool. What's going on?
Another question, and I don't know if this is too personal, so don't ask. You gonna do what you do. Let me ask y'all this, both of y'all, specifically Locario, first and foremost. When do you tell girls about your dating coach shit for, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when do you tell? When do you say it's the
like that's what you do
time?
for a
'Cause
living?
I've been experimenting because exactly. Like telling them that, because it's like I've been experimenting for a long time. Like when I first started, obviously I was so small, like I didn't say shit about it, right? But now I'm at a point where it's something I'm really passionate about. I mean, it's what I do. Like every day I'm on call. Like, I'm doing the same shit, right? So it's like I'm trying to figure out where to tell them, because I'm like, just let me know. When do you tell them that? Because I've been experimenting. Like, okay, 3 months.
I usually
first.
I
in the
usually tell them the
beginning,
first time. Yeah, I usually tell them the first time. Like if I'm on a date or something, I just say, we be talking about different things and stuff, and then that might come up as far as like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a coach, so I tell them,
right,
I coach with dating or whatever, and then they're like, oh my God, really? Is this? They're like, is this like some for research? Are you like using me for research? They'll say all that stupid shit. You see what I'm saying? but yeah.
Listen, when we first started dating, and even I haven't said it in a long time, but there was a point where he and his wife did an audio video, or not a video, like an audio thing that went on, right? And they talked about a situation that had happened between us, but they kind of role reversed it. And I remember texting him and I was like, what the fuck are you using me for content? And so and she didn't know what had happened. And so at some point, like, she and I had met up for drinks, and we were talking about that. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know that was a situation that happened between you guys. And I'm like, I was so angry. And then then from that point on, like, if we had a conversation or something, I'd be like, listen, we need to talk about this, but I need you not to use this for content. And
okay.
And there are every once in a while I might be like, listen, but don't talk about this. Like, certain things are certain things. But yeah, I mean, I think it's what you do, right? Like if that's what you do for a living and you're proud of it and you want to share it and whatever, like, great.
Right. So I mean,
that's how I feel though. Like, I don't want to be ashamed of shit.
No, but why? Why would you be ashamed?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Like, this is what I do. I feel like I'm doing a good work.
Yeah.
I'm proud of what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's my work, so why not? But yeah, Locario, I tell them, and the responses be crazy. Like, it's the stuff you kind of said. Like, they're like, is this an experiment? Or they say stuff like that. Or what they want to do, they like, let me see the channel. And then the first thing they see, because like my most popular videos, they see that, they're like, so if we hook up, are you gonna make a video after, like posting that, talking about how, like, they start. So I just be like, yo, should I just not tell them? Because I kind of hate, I hate when they be trying to focus on it. Because I'm like, yo, like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I said what I did, let's move on to this. But they just get so intrigued by it because it's rare, right? So I'll be trying to figure out, like, yo, should I say it now? But yeah, you're right. I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing as of lately. I just say it whenever it come up. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I kind of look at too what you just said, April. He kind of like Locario without realizing it, or maybe he didn't realize it. He kind of tested you a little bit. Like, he put you in a situation to where you knew about it, and y'all handled it, and you handled it well. So I feel like that kind of shows me like, okay, and I've been seeing it like, okay, the person that want to fuck with you, they gonna be cool with it. Like I got a chick, and it's like a main one. She be watching the video. She was laughing like, yeah, I saw your date you went on and you was doing this. And like she don't care. So that actually sounds good what y'all have, because y'all had that little roadblock, but both y'all was on the same page to be able to talk about it and make it work. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
that's actually a good thing.
I have to have thick skin in this, right? He literally every single live stream he does, I'm like, do I have to listen to you replay every sexual encounter you've ever had with a woman? Like,
no, listen.
And like, if I talked about all my sexual escapades, like, and here's the thing, like, he's like, oh, but it's for, teaching. I'm like, yeah, well, I could get on and teach too, and you wouldn't
you could say it. I wouldn't care. You already know.
But he doesn't want to hear about it.
No,
right?
I don't know. I don't care. I don't even care.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really care. So the thing is, even when I was talking about stuff, because I don't even remember when I had that audio, but I'm sure I didn't say her name. I wasn't like, oh,
no,
this,
he didn't
like,
say
right,
my name,
but she knew,
I knew,
right? She knew.
it was
So
a situation.
right. So the thing is, the women that you deal with, right? Yeah, you let them know, hey, this is what I do, because they're gonna, even if you don't tell them, they're gonna find out anyway. You know what I'm saying? At some point,
exactly.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
but
I had one chick find out, bro. She blocked me.
but then but then that's okay, and that's
right.
I mean, again, I think it's
right.
That's what dating is, right? And like, do you want to date or do you not want to date? So I think it depends on how much they want to ask you when you're on your date. Like, oh my God, you do this and and you're like, do you want to pay for a consultation?
Right. Exactly.
Or do you want to have a date?
Right.
Like, how much, like, how deep.
See, that's that Chris mouthpiece right there.
I mean, listen, we can monetize this date right now and you can pay me and I'll give you all the advice you need.
Exactly.
Right. But it's like, again, also when you think about it, right? Like, how much do you want to talk about what you do, or how much do you want to move on from the conversation, right? Like, where do you want this to go? If this is now someone that you're interested in, okay, I told you what I do your research on your time and come back to me, right? And or like, like, there's no interest in this girl, but we're going to finish this drink. I'll talk to her more about what we're doing, what I do. And if I gain a follower out of it, or she tells somebody, because she's going to tell people, right? So which means that she tells people who tell people, and they're like, oh my God, look at this guy. Even if they hate you, they're looking, right? Which is good for your views.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, I think it's about like setting it up properly. Like, if you're not asking her 20 questions just about her job, then why are you letting her ask you 20 questions just about your job? Like, you want to talk about my job the whole time, or you want to move on and like new topic?
Right. Yeah. So, it's one of the things that you just tell them. And, most of the time, they're just going to be like, oh, this is cool. Or, you know what I mean? Like, they'll probably watch your shit anyway and all that other stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? So either way. And the thing is, remember, they're going to, a lot of them remember, a lot of the women also too are coming from the perspective of dealing with like simps. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that the stuff that you say, they may not even understand it because they can't see it from that perspective yet. You see what I'm saying? So it just is what it is.
Which is why I stopped explaining myself. Like when I first would tell them, like a year ago, when the first time I decided, like, okay, I'm gonna start telling these girls, I would find myself and just being truthful, transparent. I'm the dating coach. I'm sitting here kind of in a symptom mentality, like, well, it means this, and when I'm saying this, I'm really talking about. And then now, what I've been doing is I'm like, yo, no explaining. Like, this is what I do, this the channel. And in my mind, if they want to look at it, I don't give them no rules. I don't say nothing. Like, I'm not about to explain shit, because what I found now after doing this over and over is the girls that really want to fuck with me, they don't even ask that much, or they don't want to say nothing to fuck it up with me. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the girls that would ask all of these questions and try to grill me on it, I kind of felt like it was some disrespectful shit about what I do.
Yeah,
you know
that's
I mean?
a fact. That's a fact.
And again, that's when you say, if you want to talk more about this, you're buying the next round. Like,
Yeah, because if the girl is
I'm feeling all your lines, all her wigs lines. I'm feeling them.
Right, because the thing is, if the girl's into you, none of that shit gonna matter. Because I've hooked up with girls and all that other stuff that didn't agree with nothing I was saying. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't even matter. You feel what I mean? So it don't matter as long as they're not disrespecting you and being disrespectful. Then it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, for sure. Man, I really appreciate that. That's something that's been on my mind. I'm surprised I didn't hit you, Locario, and ask you. I just thought of it again. But yeah, I really appreciate it. That's like a big one for me.
Yeah. Let them know. Let them know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yeah, this is what I do, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Thank y'all, man.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, fam. All right. So we probably gonna go another 10-15 minutes and we're gonna wrap it up. So if you guys want to call
this
up,
would go till 12.
I know. It was like we're gonna do an hour, keep it moving.
Yeah, he wanted 1 hour. I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna go for an hour.
Isa, how do you keep your confidence up after all the rejections?
Because confidence is within you.
Exactly.
It's not about what's happening to you.
Exactly. And this is exactly why I tell you guys to talk to 25 women, because remember, it's the reason why y'all feel some type of way about rejection is because you're not getting rejected enough. You need to get rejected more so that rejection doesn't mean anything to you. It means a lot to you now because you're still in the zone of, oh, well, I want a girl and I want a girl because I want that to mean I'm like this type of guy. And you're attaching all these things. And once you get away from that and be like, listen, man, rejection don't mean shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that means nothing. It doesn't affect me. And that you only get to there by actually going through it. You see what I'm saying? But also, when you're going through what you're doing, you're going to have women who are actually attracted to you. You see what I'm saying? But the problem is that guys lean too much into rejection and they're not actually doing enough approaching. So this is what happens. Guys will, just like the email from the guy, he said for 14 months, he approached, he's saying
500.
He thinks 500. So essentially what happened is he's getting rejected. And sometimes what guys do is when they get rejected, they stop for a while. And then they go back in later and they get rejected more than they stop for a while. So they're letting the rejection stop them, which is stopping the momentum. It's like, shout out to Eddie Fuse. I remember he used to do this analogy where he said that when it comes to approaching and interacting with women, you have to, warm yourself up first, like meaning you got to keep going and get that momentum so that you start getting hot. So he said, what a lot of you guys do is it's almost like if you have a hot pocket, you put it in the microwave. So y'all put the hot pocket in the microwave, you start it and then make it go for 10 seconds and then you stop it and then you go check it again and you start it. And it's like, yo, you got to give it time to warm up. Give yourself time to actually put in the work. Go up and approach lots of women, interact, keep it going, keep it moving. What you guys do is you approach 3 girls, those 3 girls reject you, and then you don't approach another woman for another week.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is why y'all fucking up. You see what I mean? You got to make it be a consistent thing to where it becomes a natural thing. You see what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. A lot of you guys, what happens is that when you're stopping the situation, you're fucking up the momentum. And then you're messing up your, that energy that you're going to give to the next woman. You see what I'm saying? Because you slow down. You see what I mean? So it's like, when you go into a pool and the pool is cold as fuck and then you dip your toe in but then you have to get in the pool and get used to the water, right? But then what happens is that once you get used to the water, you're good. But then the next day, or let's say 2 days later, you come back to the pool, you got to dip your toe in again. Why? Because you was out the pool. So what I'm telling you guys is stay in the fucking pool.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? That's the problem. Y'all not staying in the pool.
Like the wind blows,
right.
and while you're wet, and then you're cold.
Right.
But if you just stayed in the pool, your body got used to it, and now you're warm.
Right. Exactly. So you guys got to stay in that pool. So when you guys are approaching women, stay approaching women.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You guys, y'all stopping too much, and that's what's fucking your whole shit up.
Oh, can I just say, I totally agree with you, Caleb, on Game Kings 1. Shout out to Eddie Fuse. Like, you guys, if you have not watched Game Kings, the first one,
exactly,
like, the game is crazy.
I agree.
Like, crazy. Which, if you're on the Bad Boy membership, it's included, or you can just, buy your copy of it.
You actually can go to what you call it, shoplocario.com.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's show them real quick. Hold on. And also what happens is that you guys we're going to be having soon, myself and April, we're going to be doing online dating consultations, and it's going to be on the Shop Locario website and stuff. So if you guys go here, right, to Shop Locario, and then when you scroll down, you see Game Kings 2. I mean, Game Kings 1 is right here. So if you guys want to buy, you can just buy it straight from here. Just click on here. You know what I'm saying? And then you buy it, has a description right here. You know what I'm saying? And then you just purchase it, and you can watch it literally right now. Just go to Shop Locario. You can get that right now, and you can get all of the other programs and all the other stuff on here. And I still have stuff to put on here. I haven't even put on. I got like maybe 5 or 6 more products that I got to put on here that I haven't even put on here yet.
Like, so I talked to him yesterday about putting the actual paperback book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day.
So you got the ebook here.
Able to get the assigned copy. And we just have to work it out, because now I'm going to have to go and take it to the mail.
Right. So there's the ebook here, and then here's the audio book. And then we're going to have the paperback up there too, so you guys can order that too. But you guys can go on here, order any of these things. These are the and I still haven't even put the other seminars. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to be on here that isn't on here yet, that I haven't put on here yet. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys, check that out. You feel what I'm saying?
And soon enough, we'll have Bad Boy membership in there as well, which will be super exciting for you guys.
Exactly. So we'll make that happen.
All in one place.
Hold on. Let me see with the questions. All right. So it says, how can I differentiate the profile of real people and bots on OkCupid? Well, the thing is, again, the bots are usually like one picture of some chick with fake boobs and looks like an AI. You feel what I'm saying? And also, they used to do this thing, I don't even know if they do it anymore, where they had the bots that would like message you, but the messages would be like random shit. So you would say something and she'll respond with some random shit that has nothing to do with what you said. So that's a bot in a lot of cases. But I think that a lot of it is not really as much as it used to, from what I'm seeing. So, most of the women that you hit up will probably not be a bot. So you'll be fine. It says, what's the best way to overcome indecisiveness? Decide. Nah, I was saying
like her indecisiveness. Then you don't give her the option to be indecisive.
Right. If it's her, then
maybe let me see, then just be done.
Right.
Like, it's like, hit me up. And if she doesn't hit you up, then that's it. Like, you're not an option, right? You need to be the choice.
Right, but I'm guessing he's probably talking about his indecisiveness. Maybe.
I mean, if he's indecisive, that's crazy.
Well, you know what I would say to help with that, with being to help you be more decisive, is start practicing making decisions quickly on like simple stuff. Like, so, like for example, go on Netflix and then just decide something within 3 minutes of what you're gonna watch. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you let's say you're on Netflix, or go to Hulu or any one of these joints and just randomly look at the stuff and then decide to watch something. Or if you're going to the grocery store or whatever like that, or you go into a store, just decide, okay, I'm gonna just grab this and just make it quick, but don't think too much of it. You feel what I'm saying? Because you want to get into the zone of being able to make quick decisions.
And I think with that, you have the choice then to change your mind, right? Like, I decided I'm going to watch this movie. You get, 5 minutes in, and you're like, this sucks.
Right, exactly. And then you just pick something else.
Go on to the next.
Right.
Like, it's the same thing with women, right? Like, I decide I'm going to talk to this woman. If she opens her mouth and I don't like what comes out, move on. Don't try to like her. Like, why are you trying so hard to like someone you don't know a damn thing about?
Right.
because she's not trying to like you. So if she's not trying to like you, then move on to the next. There are too many people in this world for you to waste your time with.
Nice real talk. Let me see where's that. Said, where did April get all this game?
Listen, it's like, bitch, I'm from Chicago. Like, we got game in the Midwest. But I think, you know, one, I've been in the game for a long time. But I think I've done jobs that have required me to have game. Like when I was in college, I was a cocktail waitress. There's so much game in that where everybody's thinking like they could take me home tonight, and I'm raking in the tips because they're trying to, you know, make sure or buy my time with them for that time, right? So, and there's a certain amount, obviously, of flirting when you're waitressing and whatever. And I think you learn how to flirt with men and women. And that's kind of also when you're in sales, like you have this kind of flirty behavior. And when I say flirt with women, it's not flirt with women in a sexual way, but it's like flirt with them to make them feel good about themselves. So I think when you have that, it just kind of becomes who you are. Like, and I think naturally, like it's very rare that somebody could say something to me that I can't turn into something sexual and fun and playful and whatever. So I think I've just kind of always been that person. And I think really thinking about, you know, when you're engaging with someone, are you actively listening or are you just listening to respond? And if you're actively listening, then you take what they're saying to you and you draw from that rather than like, oh, I have this checklist. I want to know XYZ. It's not about that. It's like, how do you make this naturally flow and have fun with it?
Right. Real talk. Real talk. So it says, I was just on a date. Ultimately, she was on paper attractive, like looked good and followed my lead, but I had no desire to flirt and progress sexually with her. Has that happened to you before? So what was it about the situation that made you had no desire to do it? Was you because I like you call in because I don't know what was going on.
Sometimes there's just not chemistry, right?
What was going on?
Like I've talked about this before. I went on this date with this guy, looked good, like nice guy and everything, but then he thought Chicago was a state. And I was like,
so that turned you off?
What? Like, no, Chicago is not a state. And then I was like, are you originally from this country? Because I'm going to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's just not from here. Oh no, he's from here.
But see, I want to know what was the thing.
Yeah, because Locario would be like, I'd smash though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because you said you said she looked good on she on paper attractive, and like looked good and followed your lead. So what was the thing that made you not want to? You understand what I'm saying? Because I've been with women where I'm like, you know, this chick, you know, she kind of goofy. You know what I'm saying? I know that like we probably wouldn't really get along. You know, in a long-term situation, but she's not disrespectful or anything. She's not like doing anything wrong, but I'm just like, I'm not feeling her in the sense of, you know, taking her seriously, but like, I'm still sexually attracted to her. So what I'm saying is, like,
did you kiss her?
So maybe he wasn't sexually attracted to her.
And that could be like, because you talk about that girl that you thought looked great and you thought you were going to smash, and then you kissed and you were like, it was like kissing nothing.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm wondering like what it could have just been like because a girl could look good and you still not be sexually attracted to her. You understand? Or because the thing is, you know, you could have a situation where the sexual desire isn't strong, even though she looks good. So maybe that could have been it too, you know, and sometimes that could happen. You know what I'm saying? But
chemistry, I'm telling you, chemistry is it.
But there are times where
and you can't fake it.
Right. But there are times where a woman is sexually attractive, but you know, I know that I'm not attracted to her outside of that, meaning
Right.
like all the other things, like I wouldn't like date her or make her my girl. Like I wouldn't do none of that stuff. So, you know, it just all depends. You said, Mr. Gar, what are your thoughts on the dating app Hinge? Yeah, I think Hinge is cool. I think I always say Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge are like the big three. You feel what I'm saying?
I've literally cannot stand Hinge. I never find a single good looking person on there.
Really? You don't like
Never. I mean,
yeah, I say those three are the big three, but yeah, I'll definitely think you should you know.
Are we keeping you up?
Yeah, I need to take a nap. But yeah, I'll definitely say fuck with Hinge. But yeah, there's a lot of sites out there where you can you know, make shit happen. Maybe we should probably do. That's what we should do. Once we put up the online dating consultations on Shop Locario, we'll do a whole like live stream about the dating apps, the ones that you know are you know, best for this and that, because you know dating apps have a culture. Some dating apps, you know, they're about more so this than
Hooking
that.
up
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so we'll definitely talk about that. You feel what I'm saying? And get that.
YND got banned from Hinge for nothing. For nothing, really. I mean, listen, June Sports says he's been banned from like everything. I just know that guy's like, you know, going after girls super hard, and then he's like, but I got banned.
That's another thing, getting banned from these joints. Sometimes, you know, it's crazy out here. So do you have to pay for the dating apps, and do you have to use your pictures?
Well, do not use somebody else's pictures. Okay. So this actually was just on Are We Dating the Same Guy? They showed the picture that he used and then the actual picture of him. And I will say, I had a guy do that to me once, and he showed up and he's like, oh, but you know, I'm in this profession and I just don't like to use my pictures. So I use my friend who kind of looks like me, and I'm thinking he looks nothing like you. You do not look like the guy I thought I was meeting. So is your friend available? Like, because this ain't it. And I think it sets the wrong precedence, right? Like, I don't think somebody should walk in to a date thinking they're getting one thing and get something else. And it's funny because I just saw something. I don't remember where I saw it, but it was something that said dating apps should have a time frame for how long you can use a picture. Like you should be required to update your pictures like every 30 days.
Every 30 days, goddamn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it needs to be every 30 days, I would say like every 6 months.
Yeah, I'd say 6 months.
You should probably update your pictures.
Right.
Like you should not be using pictures that are, you know, 10 years old.
Right.
Because just because you think you haven't changed that much doesn't mean you haven't changed that much.
Right. Right. No, I agree. I agree with that shit. So where was we at with this? This says, what's the difference between physical attraction and sexual attraction?
So glad you asked.
Yeah. So physical attraction is when you're attracted to how someone looks, right? The look of someone, right? So you look at a woman, you know, you like the way that her face looks, her body looks. A woman might see a man, she likes the way his face looks, his body looks. Sexual attraction is when you're attracted to someone because they make you feel like wanting to have sex with them. You see what I'm saying? So there's a feeling that you get when you're around them, you know, interacting with them, looking at them, or everything like that. So it's that feeling of wanting to have sex versus just liking what you see. Now, sometimes liking what you see, right, could make you want to have sex with the person. You feel what I'm saying? And then so what happens is that what you was looking for?
I was looking, keep going.
Keep going up?
No, I think down.
Down? Okay. Yeah, so that's the difference. So physical attraction is what you see. Sexual attraction is basically what you feel. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So, and sometimes what you see can make you feel sexual feelings. You see what I mean? And sometimes what will happen is that you may not even be that physically attracted to a person, to the woman, and she might not be even that physically attracted to you. But what happens is that you know, the sexual attraction is there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
Seeing it on yours, but I see it on mine.
What?
Go back up.
What?
Go back down again.
Down?
Yeah.
Who's he trying to? Who's that thing? What's the name?
Emmanuel Aloho.
What do you Ray? Right here?
No. There must be another one.
Maybe he deleted it.
Oh, interesting. He said, physically stimulates one's eyes, sexually stimulates one's privates.
Oh, right, exactly. That's basically what it is. But yeah, I don't see it on here. I don't know why it's not on there.
Yeah, that's weird.
He said, do you guys have an estimate on when the dating app consultation will be available? Probably by the end of this month, around that time, because we gotta put together the page and everything like that and set everything up. But yeah, we'll let you guys know. So you guys will know, and so it'll be like an hour consultation, and then it'll be just strictly on online dating stuff. So that'll be the point of it. So don't try to set up something and talk about some other things. It's strictly your pictures, profile, messages, like how we do all these things to get you guys more shit popping on that end of the spectrum. You feel what I'm saying?
Coaching. He's the coach.
Yeah, if you want like
That's not
other
me.
coaching just on other stuff, then you hit me up on the other stuff. But for this one, it's gonna be strictly just for online stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And so we'll talk about more of that soon. But yeah, man, we about to wrap this shit up, man.
It's been fun seeing you guys this
Yeah,
morning.
we about to wrap it up. We're about to wrap it up. So guys, make sure check out K Zaggin show, Man is a Skill Set. Also check us out tomorrow on The Real Game No Theory. You feel what I'm saying? We about to make that happen. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on, AJ Lino saying, he said, do you guys approach other people when out
together
of their boundaries? What does that even mean? I don't understand.
He said, do you approach other people when out, or are there boundaries?
Oh, or okay.
So when we're together, no, we do not.
Talking about like do I holler at a girl when I'm with you?
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Yep.
Nah, yeah, we don't do that type of shit.
Not when we're together, and not when we're on vacation.
Right.
Like when we're together, we're together.
Right. But yeah, oh yeah, and also Sunday too, we're gonna be on Game Global. Myself, Miles, Steve, and is another dude that's gonna be on there. So make sure you guys tune in for that. I'll send out the link on the community tab and all that other stuff, so you guys can check that out too. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Anything else you want to say before we are
check
gone?
out Shop Locario if you haven't checked it out.
That's a fact.
Super excited for this. You know, he worked long and hard to get this up and running. Pause. I know this pause business. I just can't. So, but some really good stuff coming, you guys. And, you know, I think if you haven't gotten on the Bad Boy membership, get on the Bad Boy membership. Like, there's such great programs on there right now. This month's program is amazing. Which is what, the 7
this one right here. 7 stages of a long-term relationship. Make sure.
For all you guys that are the one-hit wonders and you can't figure out how to keep a woman, right? And you know, and then obviously check out Masculine Identity. Facts. If you didn't get your soap for 20% off, shame on you.
Oh, we still got one more. Oh, Jesus, I want to call in at the last minute.
This is really a last minute-er.
Hold on, I think he
hung up.
I think he hung up.
202. Oh, he's here.
You there? Hold on. Why am I hearing that fucking?
Oh, the click.
Oh, you know why? Because I don't have it on the Roadcaster. Okay, yo, can you hear us?
202.
202.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
All right, cool. My name is Stefan, 34, social media. I was the one that said I had the date. Real quick, I know you all wrapping up. I had the date.
Did you donate?
I wasn't.
Did you donate?
Yeah, I donated.
Okay, apprite it.
Yeah, I donated.
Okay.
All right, so what's going on?
I donated to your PayPal. No, I had the date where I was just like, inclined to progress sexually.
Yeah.
But I think I just wasn't sexually because she was like an athletic trainer. She's got a lot of like, I don't know if you've ever had this, but a lot, I don't want to say masculine energy, but it kind of felt like I was like with a female player. Even though on paper she looked good.
Yeah. I think, you know, I said that about this guy that I dated for a little while that was a trainer. And like, I live to eat. Like, I love eating good food. And he like ate to live. So he only ate like things that were good for him and like to keep his body looking a certain way. And I was like, I knew I would never want to take off my clothes in front of this guy. Ever.
So wait. So you said with the girl, you said you felt like you was with a man, or what would
She
you
had
say?
a lot of masculine energy.
Oh, so the masculine energy was like it was turning you off. That's what you said.
Yeah, but it was annoying because like I was like, oh, like she looked good. You know what I mean? And, I pulled the chair, pulled the door, like there was no issues. But just like in conversation, like, it didn't really feel like I was with a feminine woman. I don't know if this has ever been an experience of you, or maybe if it was just me in my head. So
sometimes you have some women who have that sort of like vibe, and that could definitely be something that kind of makes you say, not really feeling that feeling right there. Now, I understand.
And what does she do for a living?
She's a lacrosse coach. So, like her whole spiel is just like, workouts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but think about it. Lacrosse is also kind of an aggressive sport, right?
Yeah.
So, and physical. So when you think about that, like, then that means you almost have to be hyper masculine to allow her to sit in her feminine energy. And because most men don't have this, they don't lead like that. She's probably used to leading because she sits in a masculine energy.
Right.
Yeah. And maybe that was it. Maybe just me not showing enough in order to get her to fall back on it.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a good take. But my apologies for calling in. You all told me to call in, but
it's all good.
I was just wrapping up. Yeah.
It's all good.
All right. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
So definitely something to take home. I'll think on that a little bit more and just what I present. A lot of times I'm like, is it just me? I didn't feel like it was an apprehension. It was just like, if it was apprehension, I'd be, like, you're being a bitch ass nigga, like you're being scared. But it felt like just a lack of inclination.
And that could be, again, like sometimes when you are dealing with somebody that comes across, for a guy, she comes across too masculine. For a woman, he comes across too feminine. It could be just straight up a turnoff. Like, and that's not something that you want to work on with them. Like, hey, I'm going to need you
guys just are incompatible.
I'm going to need you to behave a little more like this if you want to keep seeing me. Like, no, it's like, listen, there's not chemistry. And that's okay. Like, wish you the best of luck.
Right.
Okay. Okay. And wait, real quick, Mario, I don't want to say levels, but maybe like a range or a spectrum to which someone really presents that level of, like, I guess, masculine energy, like, or is it something like all should be ascribing to be that, like, into that hyper masculine energy, or is it just your energy is just energy?
No, well, what your energy is just how you are. So the thing is that it's really about, are you a leader, right? Are you a guy who, does what he wants to do? Are you a guy who does things on his terms? So it doesn't necessarily need to be where you're, like doing all this extra stuff, because doing this extra stuff is just overcompensating. And so the thing is that if you're talking to a woman and she has that sort of like masculine energy and it's clashing with your energy, then that just means you guys aren't compatible. So it shouldn't be like, you got to be like, well, I got to out masculine her. You know what I'm saying? For her to like, not, you see what I mean? It's just that, hey, listen, this ain't this. Cause the thing is because sometimes what happens too is that, like, I remember I was on a date with a girl once and it was like, she had that sort of energy and I'm kind of more laid back. You feel what I'm saying? But she had a more like overbearing energy that was like very masculine and it was turning me off. You feel what I'm saying? And it was just like, but the thing is, I wasn't going to like try to like, overpower or, you understand what I'm saying? I wasn't going to try to do no extra shit. I was just like, yeah, I'm not feeling this. You feel what I'm saying? This is not my jam. You feel me? So we good. And so the thing is that it's about compatibility, because what happens with compatibility is that it flows very smooth and seamless, and it just fits. You feel what I'm saying? So if I'm not feeling the situation or the energy, then we're not compatible, and vice versa. If you're dealing with a chick and she's just not feeling it, you guys are not compatible. The problem is what people try to do is that they try to force a situation that's not necessarily like a real thing that should even happen. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. I appreciate that, because I'm more laid back as well. So it's kind of one of the things where I'll question the energy conflict. It's something I never used to think about now listening to you guys. Like, I'm starting to realize that difference between that physical attraction and that sexual attraction.
Right.
So yeah, appreciate it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, Will. Appreciate the call, fam. All right, people. We about to wrap this shit up, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you guys go check out K Zaggin and Miles, and check us out tomorrow also on The Real Game No Theory. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. We will holler at y'all later. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We gone. We out.
Step up your game and go to shoplocario.com. That is the place where you can get my books, audio, and video programs in one place. All you got to do is type in shoplocario.com and step up your game today. Game Kings 2, The Definition of Man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today. Now, before you go, click the link below and go to badboymembership.com. Now, badboymembership.com is a place where you go to get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Listen, I know you're tired of being rejected. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of being afraid to approach women. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of not getting the women that you want. Go to badboymembership.com. Listen, I know you're tired of being alone on a Friday night. Go to badboymembership.com. Now picture this. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com, follow the steps, learn the game, implement the game, and then you will get the woman you want. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com today. Click the link below. Click the link below or go straight to MrLocario.com to get the documentary Game Kings, The Definition of Game.
Because Locario, in my opinion, it's the best dating coach on YouTube or whatever the fuck. Everything he says, ambulance. Everything he says, I have nothing against him. I have no contradiction. Everything he says, I say, yeah, it's